Here we go. Hi. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact on Axs TV, or Smash and Inside Farseer. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Aiden English here, and today on Impact on Axs TV, or Smash and Inside FS, we are going to see, well, what we're going to see here today is the Wounded led, or the Wounded run, the Bailey led team, Joey Styles says, and they have come back here. The last time we saw them do anything, it would have been on last Friday Night SmackDown, when we saw them do, what they did. Joey Styles said, sorry for the coughing going on here. And Io Shirai can't stand up. Yes, right, Jonathan Coachman says. We did see Bailey, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai come together. We did see them kick out Angelina Love, the 5-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, we did see all that happen, Aiden English says. Joey, Jonathan, we did see all of that happen. And Bailey and Io Shirai and Dakota Kai now, the true Wounded led is here. I know it took some time, but at the end of the day, Angelina Love, or whatever you want to call her, she was nothing more than a stead holder. Stand up. She was nothing more than a stead holder for that woman over there, Dakota Kai. Stand up. Alright, Bailey says. It seems that some folks out here seem to forget that we have run and lead over every single thing that goes on here, at least in the women's team. And so last Friday night SmackDown, we kicked out Angelina Love, who, let's be earnest, Bailey says. I mean, Angelina Love, yeah, she may have been a former 5-time or 6-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She may have been a 5-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. All good and all. Follower of the beautiful folks. But let's be earnest. Angelina Love was nothing more than a stead holder until Dakota Kai came along. And yes, Angelina Love was a former 2-time TWF Women's Tag Team Fighter with Dakota Kai. Maybe one isn't more than that. Alright, Dakota Kai goes. You're right, Bailey. And at the end of the day, Angelina Love was nothing more than a stead holder for yours truly. And once I came along, there was no need for her. But then Gail Kim books me to fight Angelina Love. And once again, I showed everyone how we can smoothly beat anyone here in the toy wrestling gathering. Oh yeah, Io Shirai says, no one wants to deal with the Wounded led. No one wants to fuck with the Wounded run. Well, that's where you're kind of wrong there. You see, Angelina Love says, you started something with me that you should have not even started. Yes, I am a former IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter. I was doing things in IW long before you came to WWE. Yeah, and even though I might see myself as a foe to Angelina Love, I too know that I've done a lot more things than you, Io Shirai. And Gil Kim goes, Bailey, you believe you're the greatest of all the TWF women wrestlers? You think you're the greatest of all women wrestlers, either be in WWE, IW, AEW, MLW, NWA, or OVW? Well, that would be lying it, Gail Kim says, because you think you're the greatest of all of them in WWA and AAA and LU and NJPW and AJPW, and ZCW and GCW and XPW too, and JCW too. You probably think you're all greater than everybody there. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not. And you see, yes, I am the leadership under force setter of skill dealings and a street follower. But I'm here to tell you that today you don't have to worry about my business side. Alright, Astronomer goes. I can see where this is heading to, Gil. First off, here today on Impact on Axs Tv or Smash and Inside SF, which the Truth showed going on for at least 100 days or even longer than that, we're going to have ourselves a good match. It's going to be Gail Kim, Angelina Love, and Madison Rayne take on Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai. And Astronomer says, I believe this match will start now. And Ecliptor goes, if you start giving us shit about, oh, she's Io Sky now, not Io Shirai, I don't care about that. So, Bayley, Io Shirai, Dakota Kai, hope you have fun dealing with Gail Kim and Angelina Love and Madison Rayne. Ecliptor goes, alright, Astronomer says, we're doing that match now. Well, we just heard from Astronomer, the matchmaker and the main overseer of the TWF, Joey Styles says. That's right, Jonathan Coachman said, the nearest thing that the TWF has to Adam Pearce and Shawn Michaels and Santino Marella, Jonathan Coachman says. Well, I think that's kind of unfair. I truly think that is truly unfair, Aiden English said. None of them didn't have any time to get ready to wrestle Gail Kim, who hasn't wrestled in years, or Madison Rayne or Angelina Love. None of them have had time to do any of that. So I think it was unfair for Astronomer for doing that. Well, it might be unfair, it was unfair for Astronomer for booking that match, Aiden English says. Well, you want to know what the unfairness thing is, Joey Styles said? It's Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai walking around like they have running lead over the TWF women's team, Joey Styles said. And a hip toss, or hip throw, by Gail Kim to Bayley, Joey Styles said. I mean, let's not take anything away from Gail Kim. Gail Kim is a 7-time or 8-time IW women's heavyweight fighter. She's a 9-time TWF women's heavyweight fighter. She is also a former 2-time TWF women's tag team fighter, and an IW women's tag team fighter too, and a 1-time WWE women's heavyweight fighter, Joey Styles says. Jonathan Coachman says, Gail Kim has done a lot of things in WWE and IW, probably done a lot more in IW than she did in WWE, and did a lot in the TWF. Oh, that's what Jonathan Coachman said. That's right, Aiden English said. You forget about all the cool things that Bayley's done. Oh, Bayley did a Bayley to Belly, which was her former move when she was good, Joey Styles says. Yeah, you forget that Bayley was a former two-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight fighter, held it longer than anyone else. You forgot she was a former Gals in the Boundary winner, a one-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight, one-time Raw Women's Heavyweight fighter. And Bayley's doing a lot of things to Gail Kim these days. Yeah, Bayley has done a lot of things. Oh, and Bayley missed. And Gail Kim just, brought in Madison Rayne. Madison Rayne just, Madison Rayne coming after Bayley. A clothesline. Another close stake, and Bayley's in a bind right now. Joey Styles said, Bayley looks great right now. Got that mouth opened up and a yell, because that's what bind she's in right now. And Bayley just brings in Dakota Kai now. And Dakota Kai came in, and just knocked down Madison Rayne with that go kick, Joey Styles says. And don't forget, Dakota Kai is a two-time WWE NXT Women's Tag Team fighter and a two-time WWE Women's Tag Team fighter. And Madison Rayne, she's done a lot of stuff too, Joey Styles said. Dakota Kai right now, drop kick down on Madison Rayne. Madison Rayne is at least a 5 or a 6-time IW Women's Heavyweight fighter, Jonathan Coachman says. And she just, brought in Angelina Love. And the first TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Angelina Love, picked up Dakota Kai and body slammed her, Joey Styles says. Dakota Kai now is in a bind, and she tags in Io Shirai, or Io Sky, or whatever you want to call her, Joey Styles says. And Io Shirai just took down Angelina Love. You could call this WWE fights IW. World Wrestling Glee fights Smash Wrestling, Joey Styles said. You could, Jonathan Coachman said. That's what it looks like. All these women are from WE and IW. Wait a minute, Madison Rayne coming over. Oh, Bayley just knocked. Look out, Dakota Kai just knocked down Madison Rayne. Gail Kim's hoping to come in. Oh, Bayley has pulled down Gail Kim. Joey Styles says. This is unfair, Jonathan Coachman says. Call it sinful. Call it unlawful. Call it wicked. Call it evil. Call it unfair. If you want to, Aiden English says. 1, 2, 3. But you could say the Wounded Lead won the match, Aiden English says. Here is your winners. Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai. And it looks like that somehow, some way, out of luck, we'll say, most likely, we'll say somehow, some way, somehow, somehow, some way, out of dumb luck, Joey Styles says, the Wounded Lead, Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai beat Gail Kim, Madison Rayne, and Angelina Love, Joey Styles says. 3 WWE women wrestlers beat 3 IW women wrestlers, Joey Styles said. Well, Jonathan Coachman said it looked like it was WWE fight IW. And IW has been an old foe to WWE for at least 21, or at least 22 years, Jonathan Coachman says. And I don't know if we'll ever truly see this happen in World Wrestling Glee or Smash Wrestling, Jonathan Coachman says. Aiden English said, call it WWE Fight IW if you want. But it was the Wounded Lead, Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai beating Gail Kim, Madison Rayne, and Angelina Love, who all 3 just happened to be from WWE and IW. Aiden English said, call it dumb luck, whatever you want to call it, but they're the winners. Aiden English says, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. They're the winners, Aiden English said. Yes, they are the winners, Joey Styles says. And speaking of someone who deals with winners and some deals with who's always a winner, Gene Okerlund. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with the Wounded Lead, Bailey, Io Sarai, and Dakota Kai here today on Impact on Axs Tv or Smash and Inside SS. Alright. Bailey. Hey, Gene. You want an impression? Do you want to touch my shirt? Datsuna! Hey, really great stunt there, you bitch. Any more you piss ants want to do any more stunts and larks? Oh, who are you? Blow out your rear, Dakota Kai. I know folks that will take out your kneecaps. Your kneecaps, oh! Yeah, you ain't nothing. Yeah, whatever, Io Sarai or Io Sky. Hold it! Look, I need you free women. I don't need us being fired or laid off or held up for beating up a wretched old man. First off, you're looking at the great TWF women wrestlers, fighters, overstars, whatever you want to call them. We just got done beating Gil Kim, Madison Rayne, and Angelina Love. Oh, I know Gil Kim, and Gil Kim's an IW and has been since 2011 YL for a 2-diff run. And we know Madison Rayne went from IW to AEW, and that's where Madison Rayne went to. As far as Angelina Love went to, I don't know. Anyway, we just beat those free. So that means the Wounded Lead or the Wounded Run is the greatest team of women wrestlers out there. We're greater than Team Bella, greater than Beautiful and the Beautiful and the Deadly, and we're so greater than the Pretty Mean Sisters. We're even greater than PMS. Yeah, you're greater than all those teams. Wonderful, Bailey. Great for you. And look, Gene Okerlund, I just want to say I'm truly sorry, but I just thought it would be fun if we played what happened to you once in WCW. Yeah, sometimes you gotta have a thought of humor around here, but Bailey's right. We beat Gil Kim, Madison Rayne, and Angelina Love. And there might be a word in Danish, but I'll say it in English. They're losers. Alright, that's my talk with the Wounded Lead, Bailey, Io Sarai, Dakota Kai. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Bailey, Io Sarai, or Io Sky or Dakota Kai here today. I, Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, Aiden English, we hope you like Impact on Axs TV or Smash and Inside SS, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.